Oh, I'm so happy to have you.
Yes.
Yes. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to Ignite You. We are back with another episode. This is really special to my heart because I have a special guest, Bri, which you can say your full name.
Sure, Bree Sanford.
Bri Stanford, and she is my daughter's dance instructor, but also the dance studio owner of the Dance Collective. So I'm just excited today to have a conversation with you, and I'm so glad you just took your time to come, out your busy schedule and sit with me today.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely. Happy to
yes.
be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to our conversation more so because since a little girl, I've known you. Our parents are friends. So I saw your drive for dance. I saw how good you were as a kid, and so just seeing you evolve throughout the years of transitioning from dancing, then going into being an instructor, and now an owner of a dance studio, that's just phenomenal. Like, I want to give you your flowers.
Oh, thank you. I'll take them.
You
I'll
know,
wear them.
so you should be celebrated for that.
Thank you.
And I know it's not easy starting your own business, doing your own thing. So today we're just gonna sit back, chill, and have a conversation about that.
Awesome.
My first question to you would be, what initially drew you to the world of dance?
Well, dance has been in my family for a long time.
Okay.
So if we go back 2 generations to my grandmother, she wanted to dance. She was born, early 1920s, 1930s, where there were a lot of racial issues still going on. Nothing had, quite been solved on that front. And she wanted to dance, but she couldn't.
Wow.
She wasn't allowed to take class. There weren't classes offered for people of color at that time, but always had a love and a passion for it. So when the time became available, when my mother was young, she put my mother in dance. And my mother was a ballerina. Most people don't know Darla.
I think I saw a few
Darla.
pictures of her.
She was a
She
ballerina
was a
on point.
ballerina.
And when I was young, she would put me, in the little bassinet and bring me to the studio and then the pack and play, and I'd be in the pack and play or get out and dance with the kids.
Right.
And from then on, I mean,
It's
it's
just
just,
in your bones.
it's
It's
in my
in
bones.
you.
Yeah, my grandfather played the trumpet. He's taught his, son and grandson to play the trumpet. So there's always been music around. And when there was music, there was dance.
Of course. I mean, I think
So,
it's just if you go back to history, we as a our nationality being black, I mean, we love dance. It's just in us,
it's in us.
So it's just good to hear the history behind why you started dancing and your being that your grandmother couldn't. Now she's smiling, looking at you,
Yeah,
seeing, her legacy.
it's crazy.
And yeah, it is crazy, but it's beautiful. So I'm so glad that your mom exposed you to that at such a young age. And sometimes we don't realize when we have kids, they're really watching us. The things
Yeah,
that we desire, it sometimes trickles down to our kids. And if we expose them to different things that we enjoy, something will come out of that, something
absolutely.
beautiful. And just to see you being a product of your mom and your grandmother, it's beautiful. So you should be proud.
Yes, I am.
Now, can you share a pivotal moment in your dance career that significantly influenced your journey? Because I'm sure, dance has always been in you, but what really shifted it to say, this is what I want to do the rest of my life?
I think it was senior year of college.
Okay.
So we're getting ready to graduate. We're performing. We had, gone all over the country, and it's addictive. Performing and being on stage and, having that performance high is amazing. But as I got to the end of my senior year, an opportunity presented itself to own a studio. I actually had a studio in Tennessee where
Wow.
I went to school for about a year and a half. I was advised by an instructor that I had, this is not your time. You're kind of young, you need to wait. And I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. I know what I'm doing, right? I've never had a business before, but I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna do it. And it was an amazing 1 year that we were open, that we were doing things, and that little ignition of fire kind of started there.
Wow.
But it didn't work out. We closed down, and I ended up moving back home
Mm-hmm.
to start a family. And I got right back into dance when we got back home, did instruction. And I think that the senior year of having that moment of, no, this is really what I want to do, being told you probably shouldn't do it, doing it anyway,
Yes.
learning my lesson, really just gave me, that foundation of, okay, this is actually what I want to do. It's going to be hard.
Right.
It's not going to be easy, but this is exactly what I want to do.
It's where
And I'm
you
going to
need to
figure it
be.
out. And it took, in God's time, 10 years to get
Wow,
to this
10
moment.
years.
And now we're here.
But I love that you at least tried,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a loss. It was a lesson,
Yes, absolutely.
So like that experience can still, it resonates with you. I'm sure you go back to that, and probably wouldn't have started now if you hadn't have tried back
Before.
then. So it's good that you made that leap.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was all a lesson.
Yep.
And I'm sure you can take techniques and things that you probably should have done better now in your new studio and just
exactly it.
execute it that
That's
way.
exactly it.
Yes.
So yeah, learning lessons. I always preach about, you're not failing, you're learning.
You're learning. I love that. Because, I mean, sometimes we get so caught up with like, we have the talent, we want to do it, but we're just fearful to just jump. And even if we mess up, like, it's okay.
okay. Yeah,
It's okay. Life is all about ups and downs, but it's a beautiful journey when you can say that you're doing what you love,
Yep.
So I love that you at least tried.
Hey.
As the owner of the Dance Collective, what values would you want to instill in each and every student that signs up under your leadership?
Okay. First and foremost, and I tell this to all my students and my parents, I want to help to mentor very, very nice, amazing little humans. And I always say little humans
Yes.
because they're little people. Even if they're, a senior in college, a senior in high school, they're still young adults. They're still little people. So
Right.
I want to help to foster good humans, period.
I love that.
I want them to have, self-determination, drive. I also want them to have empathy and compassion for others, which they have to learn throughout, their lessons and with teamwork and working together. I also want them to be able to not just be disciplined, but to also be humble about their journey, because they will be successful. It may not be to everyone's standards of success, but I want them to be able to be proud of what they've done.
Of what they've done. Have you ever had a moment, this is just a random question, where in the dance world, in the industry, is it kind of like, is your reason for wanting to mentor in that direction of creating good humans based on something you've probably experienced before in the dance world, where you've saw like several people, not say be mean, but it can be a little nasty sometimes.
Yeah, it can be a little rough.
It can be rough.
You have to grow some tough skin,
Right.
and I feel like my younger self would have appreciated someone saying, "It's okay.
It's okay.
You're gonna be okay.
Right.
Tough skin now. You're gonna be okay."
Okay, I love that. No, I love that because in life, I mean, just dealing with competition, dealing with so much rejection, as a whole,
Yeah.
that's teaching values, that's teaching more, it will take them beyond dance.
Oh,
The lessons that
absolutely.
you're teaching
Absolutely.
them now, so teaching them empathy and how to just care for their neighbor, and that's good.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. So, what about balance? Because I know everyone talks about balance, but is life really, I mean, can anyone really balance?
Life is a teeter-totter.
It's a teeter-totter. I don't see anyone that I know
Equally.
that has everything equally or perfectly balanced. But I would say, how being an entrepreneur with your personal life, and I know that it can be challenging sometimes. Can you share tips on how do you stay leveled, or how do you stay functioning effectively at home as a beautiful wife and also a dance instructor?
Yeah. Well, first I start with prayer because I can't do anything without that. For me personally, that's what centers me
Right.
and gets me in the right mindset to put forth the energy
Me
that I
too.
need to put forth, because I teach, 30, 40 kids every day that are
Right.
all over the place. So for me, I start my mornings really quiet. After I bring my little one to school, I sit, I do my daily devotional, I have my coffee, and I just kind of get myself together.
Together.
And I allow myself the time. And I know that's not always the case for everyone, because some people do have to go in at 8 a.m. But for me, it's just centering in the morning. Outside of that, I definitely have to invest in myself physically as well. So I start with my mental, then I move on to my physical. Working out is not something I want to do every day.
And you
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like,
right.
but I'm a better person. I'm a happier person.
you're
I feel
moving.
better when I'm moving. So I'll do that second. And then I kind of jump into my day. But that's a good 2 and 3 hour process. I don't start my day usually until about 10 or 11 because I'm working until 10 p.m.
Right,
And
that's true.
for
Your hours are
me,
different.
since my hours are so late, if I don't have that balance in the morning, I'm crazy the rest of the day. Like, I'm done.
Okay. So you really pour into yourself.
I have
Like
to.
self-care is top
I
of
have
your
to.
list.
I have to because once I, pick up from school or go into
Mm-hmm.
the dance studio, I'm dealing with 30 or 40 emotions of what happened that day,
Right.
whatever's going on in their lives. And
Yes.
again, like I said, good little humans. So I have to take on, or not take on, but understand and have the capacity and the bandwidth to
Yes.
say, hey, your day was okay. And they'll say, no, I'm struggling. Okay,
Right.
what you struggling with? You're okay? All right, let's get into it. So if I don't balance in the morning, I can't
You can't
hold
even
or have
pour
space for or pour back into
into
for
them.
everyone else.
Okay.
And then after that, at the end of the day, whether it was good or bad, giving myself grace
I
for
love.
whatever happened.
Ooh, let's
And
talk about
like,
giving grace.
oh, I
Oh
give
my
so
God.
much grace over here.
Oh my
So many
goodness.
servings of
I
grace.
need that extra because sometimes I'm hard on myself. It's
Yeah.
like whenever I don't reach a certain mark that I have in my own head, I can kind of get hard on myself,
Yeah.
and learning to just chill and let
Yeah.
life put good things out there, steps,
Yeah.
day by day. I can't get everything done in one day,
Cannot.
so
Cannot.
I really have to calm myself down a lot. I'm always, I mean, if you know me,
Yes,
I'm
I
always
do.
on the go, but I would love to start, like you said, having a quiet morning. My mornings are not quiet. They're
I mean, it's not quiet before school,
hectic.
but
Right
after
before
I drop
school.
off, it's
But after would be a good idea. I'm
yeah,
gonna
just a
insert
little bit
that.
of just a little bit of quiet time.
Yes,
A little bit of
yes.
quiet time. And I tell the kids, pressure comes from within, and I have to tell myself this on a daily because an entrepreneurial brain is there's pressure, there's deadlines, there's things you have to
Yes.
reach, but pressure comes from within, and the world is not going to end if I don't send out this last email before 10 p.m. It's not going to end. It won't.
Did you hear that, guys?
It,
The world is
it
not
won't
going
end.
to end. If you can't get it done, you just can't get it done.
Yep, we're human. We can't be
We're
perfect. That doesn't
human.
exist.
It does not
Doesn't
exist.
exist.
I love that though because I can see even when I'm dropping Serene's, you're just at peace. I'm like you're in the zone. And this is consistently in the
It
zone.
was probably crazy before she came
But
in,
it's
but
okay. You don't show it, and it's so good to see that, and you could just see the passion in your eyes whenever I drop her off. It's like each girl gets that
oh
attention,
yeah, I
gets
want to
that
know. How
love.
was your day? Come
When
here, little munchkin. Let me hug you. Like,
yes, and when she comes back, Miss Bree so proud of me. Miss Bree got me doing the turn, the flips, and
yeah,
all kind of stuff she come home with. But
I'm
I
sure.
love it, and I appreciate people like you because I always pray
Thank
for a
you.
village.
Oh
And
yeah.
when I can't pour into my kids in certain ways, I ask for God to send people that are gonna do the same and love my baby when I'm not looking. Both of my kids. So
Absolutely.
it's just good to see that you are pouring into these kids beyond
Yeah.
dance. It's not just come here, let's do some moves. It's
No, so
literally
much more than that.
you getting on the floor with them
Oh
and
yeah.
and showing them, and it's awesome.
Yep.
But of course your mom's awesome, your dad. You've been, you come from some good,
I
good,
love
good
my
crop.
peoples. I love my peoples.
Yes,
And
yes.
with the last piece of balance, so work schedule, right? Morning time,
Yes.
peaceful. Go in, have crazy kids, get
Right.
off at 9, sometimes 10 at night. So you're like, okay, when do you actually spend time with your family?
Right.
The weekend.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Which is
every night I
okay.
come home and I kiss my little one and I'm like, oh, I wish you were awake. I wish I could be
Right.
mommy. But
Right.
on the weekends, that's our time. After I finish on Saturdays teaching, usually around 2, the rest of the weekend is my time. And my kids know Sundays, don't call me.
Don't.
Don't do anything. I'm not going to respond to you
No.
until Monday.
That's so
Sunday
good.
is our day. That's my family day.
I love
Because
that.
you have to put that
You have
back
to
in.
have
You
that
can't.
boundary. Yes.
It's
I love
very
that. You don't
important.
even pick up work. You just
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't
I
want to
love
pick up
it.
anything
Yeah. Yeah. No,
except
but
my cup
that's
of
so
coffee.
important,
Like,
right?
that's it.
Right. But that's so good. And I know like your family's gonna appreciate
Yeah.
that, and I'm
Yeah.
sure they do appreciate you not picking up the phone, the laptop on weekends,
Yep.
dedicated to them, and that goes a long way. They see you,
Yeah.
building an empire for them. They see you out there working, so they know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah, my husband and my little one know Sunday mornings. That's omelets. That's slow.
Oh,
We can eat them in the
omelets.
bed.
Wait,
I make omelets. I
omelets.
make omelets on
What?
Sundays.
I need
Yes.
some lessons because I tried my dad's way and I couldn't
Oh
do it. I
yeah,
just couldn't
boudin
get it.
omelets, hamburger, whatever he wants, omelet.
I love
And we eat it in
that.
the bed and we watch our TV and Yeah.
You given a
Sundays are
whole
Sunday.
luxury. Okay, I need to
Sundays are
step my game up.
Sundaying.
I need
Come
to
on over.
step my game up.
Come.
Like I need to
It's
omelets,
the only day I
honey.
get.
Omelets.
That's the only day. That's the only day I get out of the week. That's for us.
I love that.
So
No,
you
but
got to slow it down.
that's dedication, and that I commend you for that because you don't see that often these days. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you cherish, you take time to cherish your family,
Oh yes.
every aspect. You know
Yes,
that
I
you're
want to see
connected
them
to.
every weekend. My, parents, my sister, my husband, my son. I want to be with everyone
Be
every
with
weekend.
them. I
That's
love
all I want.
it. Mama's girl,
Yep.
daddy's girl too. What advice would you give aspiring dancers or entrepreneurs who are hesitant to get started, or they may feel that they're not qualified, or they don't have the skills? What would you say to a person like that?
Start yesterday. You'll figure it
You should have
out.
started
You'll
yesterday.
you'll figure it
You'll
out.
figure it
You
out.
can't know everything and you can't prepare for every situation.
Love that you said, just start yesterday. You won't have it all figured out because that was a lot for years. That's been my hindrances, like
Yeah.
being a self critic of like not being qualified enough, just crazy stuff, girl. But when I just decided I did not care anymore about opinions, I just started doing it. Whatever I desired as far as like putting out content or going after my passions, writing my book. And then now I'm seeing the fruit of it. So I
Exactly.
would say that too. Like just start and you can perfect as you go.
Yep,
You
you
really
will.
can.
And you will.
Yes, yes. In your experience, how does dance serve as a form of self-expression and empowerment?
Self-expression. Well, obviously we know dance is a physical art, right? But it's also a mental one. It's an emotional one. And it is a very, very healthy way to channel whatever emotion you're feeling. So whether you're having a bad day, a good day, the best day of your life, moving amplifies that and
Right.
allows it to fully kind of come to fruition.
Right.
At least for me anyway. It may be different for others. But life is not easy. And the things that we go through on a daily basis are not easy to deal with. And to be able to have an outlet that I can move, create endorphins, obviously, endorphins make you happy. But move and fully express whatever that emotion is extremely empowering.
I mean,
They
you
go
can't
hand
even
in
put a
hand.
price on it.
Oh gosh, no.
You know?
Can't.
So
Can't.
have you found yourself ever like in the funks or just going through life and just feeling a little down and out? Have you ever gone to the studio by yourself and just let loose?
100%. I only get to dance for about 5 minutes though, because the let loose is like, like she
But
tired.
you really let
She's
loose.
tired,
You
but
really took
let
advantage
loose
of that.
in the kitchen dancing late night. If my husband and my son are asleep, I'll put my headphones in and cook my little dinner. It's a little late, I know, but sometimes it's just dancing in the kitchen and just
moving.
enjoying whatever I'm hearing. And
Yes.
yes,
Moving
absolutely.
your body.
Moving
You
your
know
body.
me, I like to dance.
Yeah, I was about to
It's
say,
not
just
professional,
moving.
but it's
She does a little.
I'm moving, I'm two-stepping. But it does make
Yeah.
me feel good. Like that's really why I dance. Like I could dance in the middle of a street or
Exactly.
at a festival. I'm just free spirit in that aspect where I don't want to be restrained. I don't want to be in a box. So dancing for me is definitely an expression. Like I
Absolutely.
love it. It just makes me feel
And when you're
good.
done, you're like, ooh,
Whew, I let that
that was
out.
good.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
it's
let all
like a
that
cry, like a
energy
good
out.
cry.
Yeah. When you release
Right?
it, it's like, okay, I needed that.
And I'm done.
I'm
Yup.
done. And what about like I would say looking ahead for your life personally, what are your aspirations for TDC? Where do you see it in the future heading? And what are your desires? Like, what
Yeah.
do you have planned?
I just want to help more little people. I just want more little people in my space and in
Yes.
the area that I'm in to help influence and mentor and give them even an inkling of I will, I'm able to.
Yes.
Family wise, I mean, I want them to go along with me. I want
Right.
to retire my husband. I want him to come be a dance dad with me and like help me backstage and do that kind of
Yes, all
stuff.
that
I want
stuff.
to get my little boy into hip hop. He's still
Yes.
reluctant. He's got 2 left feet like his
Oh, it's
dad, but
okay.
it's okay. We'll work on that. But yeah, I just want more little dance
You just
babies, and I
want
just
it.
want a bigger space and a bigger
And you will have
impact.
that. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And so, where are you located? So, in case anyone watching the
Yeah.
podcast wants to come and check out your studio, how can they look for you online? How can they, keep in touch and also just inquire for their kids to join your dance studio?
Cool. Well, we're located on Johnson Street, right off of it on Ducey. That's behind Zia's and Reds, kind of the middle of Lafayette, which is really awesome because we have
I
kids from
know.
Youngsville to Opelousas.
Yes.
We've got them all. We're kind of in the mid city, which is awesome. And then online, you can find us on Facebook, The Dance Collective, or Instagram, Dance Collective LA.
LA, and it's so cute. The purple, you'll see purple
Purple,
in her
love it.
in her logo. Everything is just beautiful. I'm looking forward to continuously have Serene a part of your dance studio. She's formed a little family there, and so I'll just continue to spread the word about your studio and all the things that you have going on. Guys, they go to
Thank you.
competition. I mean, they do
Yep, we
not
have a show
play.
tonight.
They have a show tonight. I mean, it's just on and on. But these girls, you can see the passion in their eyes when they make little TikToks. Like it's just so
Yeah.
cute. They really love it there. So bring your kids on over. That you're
Yeah.
gonna be in. They're gonna be in good hands.
Come
I
join the
mean,
family.
come join the family. And if you have any more questions or anything that you want to ask Bri, reach out to her on her social media. Send her a message, and she's there. She's available.
Yep.
I mean, you're not gonna get better than this.
Thank you, my love.
So yes, so I'm so grateful to have you on here
Yes,
today.
absolutely.
I hope that this episode inspired anyone watching today to just go out and ignite the fire that's already within you. You guys already know the slogan. Everyone has a spark that can turn into a flame if you ignite it. So just do it. You guys have a fire in you. Just find what it is that your niche is, what it is that you want to do, and don't be afraid to just jump. For example, she did it and now
Do it yesterday.
Do it
Do it
yesterday.
yesterday.
That's the period.
Period.
Hashtag
Yeah.
do it yesterday.
Points were made.
Get started. And yes, so thank you guys again for tuning in. See you later.